Top 3 questions I get asked on this channel. What does the load board look like? How do I book loads? And when I book those loads, how do I stay so local? These are the relay rates for Monday, October 30th.
Let's get into those SoCal relay rates.
All right, coming at you, orange vest and all, from the Sand 3 lot, on location tonight. As always, going to put chapters in this. If you're here, I'm going to do recommended loads up front, then 53, then 26. Touch on some spot capacity, and then see what I'm working on tonight. So there'll be chapters in it. Go ahead and skip ahead to your part. Let's go ahead and start with those recommended loads. Let's jump into this load board here. They've got Sand 5 to Vegas, 798 total payout, 226 a mile, one pick, one stop. Tucson, 248 a mile, 1,053 total payout. Sand 5 going to Vegas, 798. Let's just compare those. Yeah, those are the same. Another 792. Usually when there's multiples on there, they're kind of using one as a feeler. See what the top dollar one goes for, and then they'll probably adjust the other ones. Here's a Sand 5 to Sand 5, 80 miles is going to be DSD1. Yep, 80 miles. That leaves at 5:30 in the morning. Here's another exact same load. This one's slightly less, 248. Let's see if they have any box trucks in here. Here's a decent one. I mean, here's one, you know, leaving in about 30 minutes, 359 a mile, going from San Diego to Santa Ana. One way, so you got a box truck. That one's all right. Here's a decent paying box truck load. I'm always looking for these. Look at this, $593 a mile, almost $1,000 total payout, going from Sand 5, one stop in the middle. Sand 5 going up to Los Alamos and Murrieta, and then heading over to Cathedral City. That's not a bad payout right there, $593 a mile. Here's another decent paying one, $475 a mile, going from San Diego. In the middle of doing a shuttle hostler thing, wasn't expecting that. Let's see here. So this was Sand 5 going to Oceanside, ending in Laguna Hills. Again, not a bad payout for a box truck. Box truck, one pick, one stop, ending up in Yuma for $510, $277 a mile. These are the recommendeds. Let's jump into those 53s. I gotta save search for that. Let's look at Otay, going no further than 250 miles. So DSD1 to Moreno Valley, that's going to be an empty trailer, I'm betting. $390 a mile, leaves in about an hour and a half. Let's just be sure that's an empty trailer. Yep. And then those ones we looked at earlier. So there's only 3 things on the board. I have been watching this thing all night. Tonight has been the night of like the broken down truck. Usually when I do the screen record and go into my photos, it doesn't work. Let's see if it works here. They had one earlier. I took a screenshot of it. It was a broken down truck somewhere in on the I-10 at Whitewater, California, going to Buena Park. They were paying $807. And then one a little closer to home to me. This is one, if I weren't, this is one where, you know, I always talk about like, where would I like to start my night? Don't know if you're familiar with San Diego, but Alpine's just up the hill from me where I live in El Cajon. This was a broken down truck in Alpine coming down to Sand 5, which I spend the bulk of my time down here in Otay. This would have been a great way for me to start my night, $623 a mile. I mean, yeah, it's only $242, but wouldn't it be cool to get paid to come to work? So tonight's been the night of the broken down truck. Not a lot of 53 stuff on there. Let's take a look at those box trucks. SD box truck. And so these are the ones we kind of saw earlier and recommended. They're saying San Diego to Laguna. I think that was Laguna Niguel. No, Laguna Hills. $475 a mile. Here's that other one going to Cathedral City. Almost $6 a mile. Not bad. San Diego to Santa Ana, $429 a mile. San Diego to El Cajon, $8 a mile. I mean, if I had a box truck, this would be an ideal place to get back home. Let's just see. I'm familiar with El Cajon. Let's see if that's the post office on 2nd Street. Yep, that for sure is a post office there by the old Conroy's Flowers. Always forget to turn off that auto refresh. Let's see, El Cajon. Here's one up to Anaheim for $269. So you can see the rates kind of fall off, but I mean, look at these top 3 right here. Top 1, 2, 3, 4. These top 4 loads leaving soon. next hour, hour and a half are all, you know, it's typical Amazon. It's going to leave soon. The rates go up. And then it just kind of dies off. Let's just sort this by price per distance highest and just see. Price per distance highest is, yeah, that one's not till Saturday, but look at that. $9.10 a mile sounds great. No, it's a one pick, one stop actually. Let's see, they send that on Saturday, they send that on Thursday from 3 to 4:33. That might be a good little thing to get a hold of, you know. I mean, make that one piece of a larger puzzle that could be your night is, you know, hey, I run from San Diego to San Diego for $200 each night for an hour and a half. Make that part of a bigger picture. San 5 to La Mesa, $8.85 a mile. Looks like they send that on Wednesday at 3:20, Saturday at 3:20. So yeah, I mean, it's just a matter, I mean, kind of how I do this thing is I'll piece together little tiny loads to make up one bigger picture that is the whole night. Let's take a look at some spot capacity here. I got a bunch of it earlier. They actually, before I get into that, Amazon actually called me earlier. They called me at 12:54. I was already doing the shuttle hostler shift, but they called offering me a load up to Ontario Airport. I think it was San 5 to Ontario Airport. Maybe it was San 3. They're across the street from one another. Going up to the Ontario Airport for $900. If I weren't doing this, would I jump on that in a heartbeat? Of course I would. But actual spot capacity, let's see here. This was Temecula, stopping in Burbank, going over to Bakersfield. Normally on these they offer more for that. They're offering $500. Keep in mind it's negotiable. You could probably get more than that. Definitely get more than that. I think this was the same load, yeah. Or no, this was different. This was San 3 going up to DSD5 as Vista and then ending up in Paris. They're saying 115 miles for $412. That came out. These say yesterday because it's 2 hours after midnight. I got these tonight. If you look at the actual date or time on these, or yesterday at 6:23, maybe I'm wrong. There was that Burbank one again. There was this. This is kind of out of my service area, but San Francisco going to Oakley, 62 miles for $300. And then this one that I responded to right here, San 3 shuttle hostler request. I'll kind of tie this into what I'm doing tonight. I am ending, it's 2 in the morning on Monday. I'm ending what has been almost like a $3,000 couple of days for me. This started, I'll show you what I'm working on here. Trips in transit. So the one I'm currently doing started at 6 p.m. yesterday. I get off in 4 hours here. This was $1,200 for the trailer hostler. But if you look at my history here, yeah, this started, so yesterday afternoon, actually, yeah, this is it right here. Yesterday afternoon at 3. Normally I don't come out on Saturdays at 3. I came out yesterday. Alabama had a bye week, so didn't play. Normally Saturdays are reserved for family time, but started this shuttle hostler thing Saturday at 3, and I was scheduled for 8 hours, finished at 11. They sent out this spot capacity right here, and you can see my response to them. They sent this out yesterday saying like, hey, we need 10 hours of shuttle hostler starting ASAP. Well, I was already here, and so I responded to this by saying like, I just sent them a screenshot like, hey, this is the load I'm currently doing, or I'm currently doing it for 8 hours. I said in here, currently doing hostler shift at San 3. If you want to extend the shift, please give me a call. Well, they call me up, and they do extend it by 7 more hours. So it was supposed to go from 3 to 11. You can see that the reason there's a little 15-minute gap there is I had to exit the gate and check in with a new VRID. I gave, as when you're negotiating these things, you can pick the start time. I said, go ahead and start the next one at 11:15. Hey, look at that right now while I'm doing this. 26-foot box truck spot capacity. I just got it. Let's see what this is. San 5 to El Cajon. 30 miles, they're offering $300. So that's how, I'm glad this happened while I was recording it. That's how these things come down. First person who responds to that, would they go up to 400? Would they go up to 500? I don't know. I don't have a box truck, but that's how these things come across. But anyway, yeah, so they extend the shift. I could do it up to 15 hours because basically running that California short haul exemption, I can make it home in 30 minutes. So I could technically work for 15 hours, 30 minutes here, 30 minutes home, 15 hours. I don't go over my my time allowed for my hours of service. So that was yesterday. That got me to 6:15 Sunday morning, and then I was due back here Sunday night is the one I'm currently working on. Yeah, started at 6 p.m. last night, went to 6 a.m. this morning. So you figure $2,700 in 36 hours, not bad. But that's where we're at tonight.